And then he's going to talk about protecting it, wills, trust, all that stuff. You know, he's the guru, the master of that game. I'm just going to teach you how to create an estate, and he's going to tell you how to work that estate. Everybody with me on that?
Yes, sir.
So, first things first. Raise your hands if you understand how the stock market works. Raise your hand if you're interested in learning how the stock market works. Okay. How many of you have ever thought, man, I would love to get in that game of the stock market, but I just don't know how to get into it? Who's ever had that thought? Okay. So one of the things that I do is I start with knowledge. I start with fundamental knowledge about how to understand the market. And then, because obviously if you're talking about creating wealth, you got to invest your money. Whether it's investing in real estate, whether it's investing in the stock market, whether it's investing in a business, you got to understand how to invest, period. Because the goal is to get a rate of return. Is that correct? Anybody agree with me?
Yes.
So, because you don't want to bust your behind and then you're not getting any sort of rate of return, and then you do it for 10, 20, 30 years, and then you're still in the same position. So the goal is you got to understand how to play the game so you can win the game. Who's with me on that? And it's okay. I'm always this animated from 6 a.m. to midnight. So it's okay. Okay? Call out, say, you know, I feel you on that. So one of the biggest things that I teach is understanding your rate of return. Raise your hand if you have a bank account. Keep your hand up if you know exactly what your rate of return you're receiving on your account is. Keep your hand up. Okay. Keep your hand up if you're making more than 3% rate of return in your bank account. Sharon, you raised your hand. Now you said you are getting 3% rate of return in your bank, right?
Which account are we talking about?
Whether it's a savings, CD, money market, whatever account, you're getting 3%. Okay. All right. Who thinks 3% is a good rate of return? Not every
In today's market, it is.
Is it?
It's great. In today, for a bank account, 3% is
Okay.
Yeah, because most of it's like 1.7 to 2.
Okay.
So if you're getting 3 on a bank account, then you're doing pretty good. Okay. Even a CD, if you're getting 3, you're doing pretty good.
Right. Whoever goes on bankrate.com. Okay. Have you gone on this morning? Okay. According to bankrate.com, now they list all of the interest rates for all of the bank accounts, the CD accounts, and the money market accounts for all of the banks in the United States of America. The highest rate of return that you're getting in a bank account according to Bankrate this morning. Now, 2.3%. That's the highest according to Bankrate. Now, you're only going to get that if you first of all go with an online bank. That means there's no brick and mortar. And then you typically have to put a large amount of money into an account and lock it up to get that rate of return. But we're going to go with 3%. Now, I'm going through this because I want you to understand how rate of return impacts your money. So we're going to use 3%. Now, who's a mathematical genius in here? Raise your hand. Who thinks they might kind of sort of be a mathematical genius? Give me a one finger. All right, so we're going to work this out together. Let's say you had $10,000 and you had it in 3%. Now, there's a rule of money that most people have never heard of. And if you've heard of it, you're not really practicing it unless you have somebody guiding you into practicing it. It's called the rule of 72. Who's heard of that? If you haven't heard of it, the rule of 72 goes like this. You take the interest rate wherever your money sits, and you divide it into 72. So that quotient, or that answer, money to deduct it, okay? So, and just for the people who are mathematical people, that's not an integer, that is just an indicator that that's 3%. I don't want people getting confused. So, 3 goes into 72 how many times? Anybody, call it out.
24.
24. So what that means is, it's gonna take 24 years before your 10,000 is 20,000. Who thinks that's exceptional? No? So if you're getting less than 3%, it's taking longer for your monies to compound. Who has a 401k or has had a 401k or 403b or 457 plan? Those of you who have those plans, who taught you how to actually work those plans? Working at a bank. Anybody else? Okay. If no one taught you, or if working at a bank, and so you work at a bank currently?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna mess with you a little bit, okay? Since what's your name, by the way?
Donna.
Donna. Okay. So Donna, in your 401k, what's the average rate of return you've been receiving since you've been in it?
500.
Well, rate of return, percentage.
Sure, I'm not sure.
Don't feel bad. I'm just messing with you a little bit, I promise. When I ask that question, most people don't know that. Now, there's a couple of different factors, and I'm gonna take, little tangents here and there, but I'm gonna get back on the road.